Hey, I'm Adamoshi, and in this video I'm going to talk about my time with Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Let's go!
I didn't follow gaming news when I was younger, so I usually found out about new games by going to Walmart or stopping by my local rental store and seeing what's on the shelf. I have a lot of fond memories browsing through that rental store. Unfortunately, they're out of business now. My brother TJ would follow gaming news, so some of my information did come from him. He told me about the GameCube before it released way back when, as well as a game called Luigi's Mansion. I thought it was a cool concept, especially because you get to play as Luigi not as a side party member, but a main playable character. I never really picked it up, and honestly I'm not sure why I jumped into this series so late. I always wanted to play it someday. Better late than never, as they say. I've only played about an hour's worth of time of the original title. I finally gave in and bought Luigi's Mansion 3. I know that a lot of people love this series, so I figured I would find out what it is they adore. After completing the game, now I know why it's so widely beloved. Can I start off saying that Luigi is an underestimated and underrated character? He's an underdog and one of my favorite characters. I'm rooting for him! I wish he had more series as the main protagonist, not just sports or party games. I'm talking about a new series of games, maybe a 3D platformer like Mario Odyssey, or a new RPG unlike Paper Mario or Mario & Luigi. Anyways, let's get back on topic. There's really not much meat on the bones for the story, but there is enough there to motivate you through the levels, which are essentially each floor. Luigi, Mario, Peach, and three Toads visit a luxury resort for a vacation from their normal shenanigans. Luigi retires to his room for a nap and wakes up to a hauntingly dark and eerie resort. Quite literally, in fact. King Boo captures everyone except Luigi, who then escapes to meet up with Professor Egad, who gives Luigi the Poltergust G00. After that, you're all set with the equipment and abilities to save your friends. My god, this game is filled to the brim with cute or funny moments, especially all the times Polterpup jumps through solid objects and startles Luigi. You have this sense that he doesn't do it on purpose to be mean, he's just a little playful pup that's having fun guiding you along your adventure. One of my favorite moments comes near the beginning when Luigi finally rests on his bed to read a book, and the second he cracks it open, his head flops onto the pillow, out cold. Seriously, that made me laugh out loud, so much that my husband looked at me like I had lost my mind. He knows that already. It's moments like that that are scattered throughout the game that give it a unique character and charm. All the characters are so much fun to interact with. The boss ghosts have a certain theme to their personality. Some of them I felt bad to vacuum up, and others I just relished in their defeat because they were such giant assholes. Even Luigi had more character development than I expected, like his little victory dance after defeating a boss ghost. So cute! It just shows there's more to him than being a scaredy cat all the time. Mario, Peach, and the Toads didn't have much personality in this game, mostly because they're captured for the majority of the game. But the game does show some of their character traits indirectly. For example, Mario's messy with pizza strewn about his room, while Peach has a ton of luggage to carry her fashionable clothes. The Toads were pretty bland to me. Usually Mario and Peach get a little more character development through other games, so this is Luigi's time to shine. If there's a game that displays the philosophy Nintendo has towards creating fun and engaging games, it's this one. That includes the level design and artwork too. I'll start off discussing the level design. Each floor of the resort has a different theme associated with it that's like a mini attraction, like a museum or concert hall. There are two basements, some corridors with suites, and a main lobby at the bottom, but there are much more as you make your way upwards to the master suites. You defeat boss ghosts to collect elevator buttons to go higher and higher. Each floor has collectibles and boos to catch. Professor Egad has a mobile lab in Basement 1 that tracks all the collectibles, boos, ghosts, and bosses you have obtained on each floor. Also, this game throws coins at you like nobody's business, but you can spend them in the lab for extra lives or locations of gems and boos, just to name a few. You can find coins by sucking or blowing the items around the room with your poltergust. The environment is destructible for the most part, and it's a ton of fun to break everything I come across. I'm thorough with my cleaning. Also, you can suck up booze and ghosts with your vacuum after you've played a game of tug-of-war and slam them around for a bit.
I just want to know one thing. Are your kids well behaved? Or do they need like a few light slams every now and then?
Some ghosts require removing a hat, a pair of glasses, or some other obstacle in front of their face so you can blind them to catch them. There's a number that represents their stamina, and when that number hits 0, they're yours for the taking. The puzzles are creative and challenging, some more so than others, but some of them took me a while to figure them out, especially the bosses. Once I figured them out, I felt like a complete moron. I constantly slapped my forehead saying, duh, but in my defense, this is my first Luigi's Mansion game. There is a gummy version of Luigi that is a useful tool called Gooigi. Yeah, Gooigi. He can slip through bars or small openings, but he can't get wet. He can reach areas that Luigi never could, so he's a valuable asset. All in all, I spent around 20 to 30 hours playing. That includes collecting every boo and gem on each floor. In true Nintendo fashion, the art shines beautifully. There's not much outside what you expect from a Nintendo game, but the quality is unquestionably there. The cutscenes are gorgeous, the animation's smooth, and the character models are stylized, clean and crisp. The ending credits show some adorable slides that tell a short story after the events of the game. The images look like they came from a children's book. They're whimsical in nature and vibrant in color. The story these pictures tell is so cute and wraps up the story of the game. The cartoony aesthetic gives it that extra dose of charm. The background music is subtle but enhances the haunting vibe of the resort as you wander around. Luigi calling out for Mario nervously was a nice touch. You can feel how scared and desperate he is to find his brother. Boss fights ramp up the music so that you can tell they mean business.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?!
Overall, the music was really good. It's not in my top 10 fave OSTs, but it gets the job done, and then some. There's a multiplayer and co-op mode, but I can't say anything about those because I played only in the single player mode. Okay, now that I've played Luigi's Mansion 3, I can clearly say I loved my experience with this game. I believe it will someday be a classic everyone will want in their Nintendo Switch collection. I also need to go back and play the other titles in this series because they are probably just as fun as the third entry, and to see how it evolved into what it is today. I'll just add them to the ever-growing backlog of games I need to play. If you haven't played a Luigi's Mansion game before, starting with this one is a great point to jump in. It worked for me. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next fan art video. See you later, alligator!